Lavistro wakes in the underground. Cyber Dragon host seizes the helm. Dive into the madness of virtual realms. Welcome to Dragoncast. Fire breathing wine, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. From Gamergate to Goonergate, woke crusaders spew their hate. Lies unfold before our ears. Podcast rage to calm our fears. Reclaim gaming in Dragoncast. Fire breathing wine, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. Worlds clash in endless collision. Gaming news with a fierce precision. With a spark so wild it breaks the norm. In the tempest eye of your analysts face the score. Truth burns with a psychotic roar. Corrupt suits sneer what they despise. Dragoncast will open your eyes. Integrity found in Dragoncast. Fire breathing metal, screaming loud. Lavistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. Dragoncast. Dragoncast. Of justice cut through the dark. Lavistro's roar ignites the spark. A dragon's heart fiercely defends the gaming world. Our passion ascends. This is Dragoncast. Dragoncast.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Lavistro, the Danger Prince of Gunner Cyberspace, coming to you live. And this was kind of a surprise for us. The announcement coming out this for Oblivion. But let's say I don't expect people to be showing up to the chat yet. They're all just filing in. We just sent the announcement. But hi, Lord Dragoneel, showing up as always. Hello. But I'm not covering this all by myself. In fact, I got my brother from another mother, fellow brother in arms. That Gamer Bro Cephas. Hey, Bo.
Yeah, I just got through streaming another episode of Baldur's Gate 3, but yeah, not doing much. Just hanging out today. Gonna watch this.
I just saw your title. I like it. Founder gooning for hot redheads with hammers. Oh, by the way, you're going to hate me. I don't know if you know, but I got invited to Starcraft Iron's podcast on Thursday or Friday, I believe. And my videos were stuck on Rumble loading forever, right? Well, he had a hot redhead on his show. And his Rumble exclusive, I got to see a little more. So, But yes, so we're all here for this. Now I can't do a full screen. I did try to test it, and well, let's just be honest. I have Spectrum, and we all know how Spectrum is. But yeah, this was kind of a surprise to all of us. First, there was leaks, and then there was it wasn't coming, and it was coming, and it was confirmed, and it wasn't confirmed, like back and forth, right? And all of a sudden, Bethesda at the last possible second says, "Yeah, we're going to talk about it." So, Bo, what do you think?
I I think it's just going to be an announcement video that's still going to be a couple days away.
Yeah,
But could be wrong.
I heard that they're going to put on UE5. I hope not. Now, to be honest, UE5 is powerful. I have worked in it, but it's got so much wrong with it too. Because, like from a coder standpoint, right, I like to do key bindings. I've mentioned this before, and with UE5, they changed it up to where it's hard to program key bindings now. Like you can set it up and all that stuff, but like let's say you want the player to have the option to change their keys, like maybe they're left-handed or maybe you prefer a certain play style, right? It's hard to program, at least from my point of view. I haven't been able to figure that out. And then they have the texture synchronization, so the textures load all weird. And it just, even if you had the basic requirements, my engine, my computer screams at me when I use it.
Well, I think I've heard the rumor mill that they are just doing a graphic overlay with Unreal Engine 5, but the core of the whole thing is still on Bethesda's old engine. But I'm wondering how much of that is true, because we don't know everything that's true. It's all going to be revealed today. But how much of a combat revamp has been done? And there's only so much combat revamping you can do with Bethesda's old engine that they did Fallout 3 and Oblivion in.
Yeah.
So if they did a major combat overhaul with it, I think that was going to be done in Unreal 5 too.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious about that because, well, I don't know if you can actually use two game engines to make a game.
They're saying there's a program out there that allows you to integrate. I can't think of the name of it, but it'll allow you to integrate. And there may be some of that going on. I don't know. I mean, we don't know how they did it. They've been tight-lipped about it. But I think if they were going to do some of the combat changes and updates like they said in some of the leaks and everything like that, then they were going to have to do it in Unreal 5, because I don't think the old Oblivion and Fallout 3 engine you'd be able to accommodate for some of that new stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm actually wondering if see, Bethesda for years, decades even, they were adamant on Papyrus. Right, their code is Papyrus. Like when I was like, you have some mods. I don't know if you've done some actual coding mods for Fallout, but I used to do coding Fallout, and I had to train myself to read and write Papyrus, which is their version of C++ or C#, and that's what their game engine uses.
Yeah,
no, if you,
I have been trying to learn it, and it's like trying to wrap your brain around an enigma if you're not a programmer, and I'm not a programmer. And my idea, I have a great idea, and in my opinion, and it will go well with the sim settlements too. And I wanted it strictly to be for like a quest mod, a quasi quest mod. And I got started with it, and I'm trying to learn it, and I've got some code written, and I've been able to compile it without any errors, but I know there's bugs in it. I know there is. But it's changing the mysterious stranger into Nate if you are a female protagonist. So the mysterious stranger will actually be Nate watching your back if you're the female protagonist. But there's going to be a little adventure, I guess, a semi-quasi quest to go along with it at some point. I don't want to spoil it too much in case I do actually get it working, but at some point, Nate is going to contact Nora in some kind of like dream state, and then they'll have their final goodbyes. It's going to be all touching and everything. But I'm not a coder, so I some of the stuff I've got, I'm able to compile it without errors. But there's some real tricky stuff I'm trying to do with this, and I have no idea how to do it.
Oh yeah, no. Like when I started modding Skyrim a while back, I had to watch. I think his name was Dark Wolf. I think he's a Brit, but he used to do a lot of Skyrim, or at least the old Skyrim papyrus tutorials. So that's how I learned. But like full disclosure, when I went to college, my main thing was level design. So I didn't really learn coding, but I learned coding on Unity. And then when I became a freelance indie developer, I had to teach myself blueprints in C++. I still have problems writing in C++. So Papyrus is just a whole nother beast. But I do know when you try to go for a job at Bethesda, one of the things they want is, do you know our Papyrus software? Like that's a must. Like modding is one
Papyrus,
thing.
they have their own. Yeah, they use Papyrus as a base, but then when you start getting into the creation kit, they've added things to it for proprietary stuff, and so their base is Papyrus, but they got a bunch of additions if you read through their wiki of different definitions of certain things. Like Papyrus, the base Papyrus might have a different definition for how you say recognize a female character. It's going to be different. I already know it's different for the creation kit, how they call or recognize the definition of what female is in the Papyrus language. So the base is different than the way Bethesda has it. So it's hard to explain, but they have their own wording on certain things.
Oh yeah. Yep. Nope. And I'm just going to point out sitting here. Jerry Stan would join with us, but unfortunately, I told him he's not allowed to join until he finishes cleaning my pool, and he's also older than me. So yeah, feel sorry for Fury Stan, the furriest Stan you'll ever meet. But yes, like the stream, share the stream out, guys, and we're hoping to get some answers on this. I mean, they say all will be revealed. Bo, I'm going to ask you, all the rumors aside, what do you think it's going to be? Is it a remaster or a remake?
I think it's going to be, it's labeled remaster, and there may be some things in there that are just remastered, but I think it's going to be more like 85% remake, 15% remaster.
Why do you think that?
Because I mean, just if the leaks are true, all the combat revamping done and all that stuff. If you're just going to do a remaster, to me, a remaster is just graphical enhancements and stuff like that. But when you start messing around with how combat works and how physics work and all that stuff in the game, to me, you're doing a remaster or a remake.
Do you think
I hope they leave they need to leave the quest the way they are, but they need better character creator.
Mm-hmm.
And if all these rumors are true, they're going to be updating the stealth system, updating archery. They're going to be adding some block mechanics similar to some action role play games like Souls or Stellar Blade. So some of the combat's getting upgraded. So I think when you start getting into that stuff, it's a remake.
Yes. I think they're going to do a lot of remakes, but here's one thing I'm wondering. We've seen this. I can't remember the game on the top of my head, but there was. Oh,
Looks like they got 16 minutes.
I think what I'm worried about is, do you think they're going to do what they did with Starfield and have type A, B body types where they're going to keep the male, female?
I hope it ain't going to be a body type. They don't need to put that in there. Hypnotic said something about it doesn't bother him, not a game breaker. And technically, it wasn't a game breaker for me. But I think that's a battle that needs to be fought because you start talking about body types instead of male and female. It's them people, them freaking activists still trying to erase the female gender in favor of their transgender bullshit.
And I think you have a point, but let's not forget, you did point out Lords of the Fallen. I do have a video that I'm not sure if it's already out or it's coming out. But Lords of the Fallen rose to the tops of the charts after they changed their type.
After they changed it. Yeah.
So we're not alone in this controversy of type AB. So for all of those who don't want to say, Lavistro, you two are old too far. So number one, I'm young for a dragon. Old for a human, young for a dragon. And two, if Lords of the Fallen rose to the top of the charts, and I have yet to get the game, I don't know about Bo, that tells you the majority of people want traditional male-female.
Oh, I got it. It was on sale. I got it.
I haven't gotten it yet.
That's why when I told you kind of off stream that it would depend on the cost of this Oblivion remake if I'm able to get it before the first of the month or not, because I've already spent some money on games before this was announced. So it depends on the cost.
I think you're partially true, Lord Dragon. You got to remember, I am also a game developer or a freelance game developer. I don't work for AAA corporations. And I spend a lot of time looking for games that y'all might like that are not AAA. But when you go to corporate, they suck the life and soul out of you. This is why I was freelancer. I did not want my creativity sucked out. But yes, there are activists in the industry, but there are also people that share our sentiments who just want to make a good game, and they're out there. You just gotta find them.
I mean, look at all the controversy starting up now about Power World, about the male and female body types. Lords of the Fallen changed it. They got rid of the body types, and I think that's great. And I think if people want to jump on that bandwagon in some of their favorite games and start telling these devs, look, we're tired of this crap, change it to what it actually is, male and female. There's only male and there's only female. Even in Power World, their pals have to breed. And so there's male and female pals that you got to pair with to breed. So why insult humans that are playing the games and tell them they're just a body type?
Look who's back. Dixie Bell, hello. Welcome back. Thanks for lurking.
What's up,
like
Dixie
and share
Bell?
the stream. Dixie Bell's awesome. And Dixie Bell, if you haven't yet, and you like the vets, you might like Bo. Oh, you want to share?
We follow each other on X and stuff.
Okay, cool.
She posts a lot of pictures that I like. That's all I'm going to say.
She's been an awesome. She's one of my earliest supporters. Been totally awesome. When she left one time, I was like, "No, why did you leave? Did I say something wrong?" And this was back when Goonergate was happening. I had to expose myself as a Christian. I was like,
and the way I feel about it, there's only two genders, male or female. Yeah. What you do with your body within that category, male or female, is your business. What you want to believe is your business.
Oh yeah.
If you want to act like you're a woman, look like you're a woman, but you still have a penis. You're still male. You were born that way. Period. It
Yep.
doesn't matter if you chop it off or not.
Yep. All you did is castrate yourself. That's all you did.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, you have the right to believe what you want to believe. Like, I want to believe I'm a purple psychotic dragon, and I'm always going to believe that because, well, that's what Lavistro is. But the voice behind it probably believes he's just a Native American male.
Well, I don't believe that I'm a hot redhead wielding warhammers, but I play one on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, that's different. Once you get your VTuber model, I'm
guess
going to start calling you our own
in my Baldur's
Deku.
in my Baldur's Gate. Guess what I found yesterday? Finally, a two-handed warhammer for my red-haired barbarian.
Oh yeah,
I had to go to the Underdark to find it, but I found one.
Yeah, I was playing it offline recently, and I was starting a new game just to see how it works. I want to put it back on my votes, and there are things that there's so much in Baldur's Gate 3 that you can't catch in one playthrough.
No, and you know, I was using a party increase mod, and there's another mod to kind of go along with it to make the game a little bit more difficult. And the larger your party gets. So I got both those mods, but the problem I'm running into with those larger party mods isn't that I can't make the game more difficult. What becomes very problematic is these small areas, and if you got more than 5, maybe 6 companions with you, depending on the initiative rolls, you could really screw yourself. Because then you got somebody top of the initiative that's in way back that can't move. They can't do nothing. So that's the problem with that I'm running into. So I think I'm backing off. I was bringing 6 around with me, but I think I'm just going to do 5 maybe.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a good amount because I like those mods, but you got the mod that goes along with it that makes it more difficult the more people you have in your group. So I'm still getting wiped out occasionally, dudes going down and stuff, but makes the combat a little bit more even, I think, than because even the base game in Baldur's Gate, I think some of those encounters are a little skewered toward the NPC side.
Yep. Oh, by the way, everybody, I'm going to remind everybody again. We do have a poll on the top of the chat. When do you think the remaster will come out? Go ahead and make your choices known, and like and share the stream. Please.
Now, I will let you all in on something. Oblivion is kind of like Skyrim with me. I always loved the game, but I've never finished it. Never.
Oh.
I put probably 80 hours.
Bye, Bo. Thank you for coming. You're not a real gamer. You don't play Elder Scrolls things, so you're not a real gamer. Bye-bye.
All out, man. All out. I finished every Fallout game. But for some reason, even though I like them, I like Oblivion, I like Skyrim. Daggerfall, I never played Daggerfall. Never had that one.
No, I never played that. I played Morrowind, but didn't grab me as
Morrowind, much. Morrowind I didn't play. It didn't really interest me, but my nephew loved it.
I do love Oblivion's what sunk me into it.
But Oblivion, I probably made it. There was one, I had been through a couple of portals, and then I think there was one quest, if I remember, the King's Guard, what are they called? I can't think of the name of them right now. But after the prison break, they got disbanded and became, hunted. And I think I had gotten a quest to find one, and I think that's the last quest I did for Oblivion years ago. And I've tried to load it into my PC on Steam because I bought it on Steam after I got Steam and stuff, and after a while,
Well, check the private
it
chat.
won't load anymore from Steam. All right, but yeah, it's so outdated. I can't. It crashes. It locks up, and I can't even load it from Steam. So I'm hoping. Rumor mill is on some of this that there won't be any mod support for the remake that they're doing now either. So I hope that's not true, because to me, modding is what keeps Bethesda games alive, as old as they are. Look at Skyrim, look at Fallout, even Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. People are still making new mods for those games, Skyrim and stuff. So I'm hoping there, if not at launch, sometime in the future, 6 months, maybe a year down the line, there'll be some mod support for it. Because that'll definitely keep the game alive. So I take it Dan's at work. Dan the furry man's at work. But we got about 5 minutes. I don't know what I can talk about for 5 more minutes, other than, like I said, I'm a big Fallout guy. I've always liked Skyrim and Oblivion and all them games, but I've never finished them. I get started in them all the time, then I get distracted with something else, like a Fallout or like a First Descendant or something. And plus, I played MMOs for a long time: Star Wars: The Old Republic, the original EverQuest, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, I quit playing shortly. I can't remember what expansion it was, but I had stopped playing World of Warcraft. After Wrath of the Lich King, I think. Oh no, it was when the pandas went live. Whichever one that brought the pandas with it, I thought that was the dumbest shit. But I was so heavy into PvP in World of Warcraft. I was the last Grand Marshal on the Draenor server under the original PvP system before they changed it. That's how long I played it and how long I PvP. You want to talk about a grind. But that original PvP ranking system, I was the last Grand Marshal, and it was a Paladin, a DPS Paladin. People hated that I DPS'd. I hated healing. I hated being a main healer on my Paladin. As far as I'm concerned, Paladins were emergency healers. They weren't main class healers like clerics.
Yeah. Oh,
But
wow.
Skyrim, I mod the crap out of it. And I get so lost in the mods and the side quest and all that stuff. I've just never finished it.
Yep. I haven't finished Dishonored. Like, that's the game that it was real interesting, but full disclosure,
Never played that one.
I was playing Dishonored, and I was stationed in Korea just before I met my ex-wife. But this was during the time Kim Jong-un said he's going to nuke Obama and the soldiers, that whole thing. And I get a knock on my door, and it was my first sergeant. And he says, "Don't you answer your phone?" And I was like, "I don't have a phone yet. I just got here. Like, I just got to my duty station. I have yet to get a phone station in Korea." He goes, "Well, this number is bonus." Yeah, it's the only number I had. It just goes straight to my voicemail. He's like, "You're being reassigned to Camp Casey." And so I got sent to Camp Casey to do all the drills up there because I was at the time I was medically reclassed, but I still had the 13th series, the field artillery. I was all hands on deck kind of thing. So yeah, I once I got back to my main mission for Korea, went back to my main unit. I actually found other games to play, like Skyrim and all them. So I couldn't play this song, and I lost this. But I plan on playing it again one day. But yeah, and then
You're a Giratina?
yes,
That one's hard to
hello,
pronounce.
Sergeant
I'll just call you Sergeant.
Yeah, he's another one that's been around our channel for. He's another major supporter of mine. So been around since what I think Black Myth Wukong, Sergeant Giratina. I can't remember, but you've been around since like late summer, early fall last year. So he's always on my shows. So is Freedom Fighter 76, and every last one of y'all are showing up. It's kind of funny.
What I'm hoping for with Oblivion is better graphics, of course. You know, modern, updated graphics. That the rumors are true. A little bit better combat system and stuff. I'm hoping they do not switch it to body types and keep it male and female. And I hope that they have a little bit better character creation. Because to me, Bethesda and BioWare, their character creators have always sucked. It doesn't matter how old the game is, their character creators have always sucked. It's like an afterthought. I'd like to see them actually put some good thought into it and some effort into character creators, especially for role-play games.
Yeah. I'm hoping for the same. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I do, like, if they're going to change anything, I want them to fix the ending of the Dark Predator storyline, because it fell off shortly after you get to the drop points part of the story.
I've never finished it, so stop spoiling it.
Hey, it's not my fault. The game is like hundreds of years old. Yes, and Dixie Bell's right. I want more jiggle physics.
Yeah,
but if they don't, there will be a mod.
I don't think that's going to happen, because you have to mod Fallout and Skyrim to get jiggle physics to begin with.
Yeah, HTTP, SMP, I think is what the old one does. What the new one is?
It's about to start.
Ooh, awesome.
The others, they would take you to the tower. They're behind us.
The silver sword.
This ends here.
The city watch armor.
You hold our future in your hands.
They get Patrick Stewart's
Take
voice.
with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
I want to say the soundtrack is also awesome as well.
Here we are 20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like, there's this like flood of nostalgia.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer. It all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Wow, multicolored
Such a key
hair
moment
gamers
in our
game
history of
designer.
making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
That's awesome. Oh, they did a lot of updates. Oh my God, they got seasons. Look at that, they got seasons. I can guess that season. Because they didn't have snow the last time I remember, unless I was wrong.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Yeah, it'll actually run with my computer.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path. But there will be blood and death before the end.
Ooh. They got reflective armor now. Nice. Closing the Oblivion Gate.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
I mean, look at the difference. And there were people on X saying, "Oh, it all looks better." No, it don't.
The
Sorry.
original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the
graphics are
remaster,
beautiful.
but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
Holy
we
shit.
implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects.
It
While the
might
original
not be
game
Unreal
had
Engine
limited
5
dynamic
then.
shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light. We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And real tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many
I like the
modern rendering
designs.
features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest, insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world.
Say again?
You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more
I know.
complicated assignment.
I'm not
I
sure
would
that
like
that's
you to retrieve a
UE5
carved
though.
panel from the central
It
chamber
might
of
be,
the high
but
thing.
that's like one of my favorite traps.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay. It's UI and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
Oh, nice.
We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations.
Ooh.
There's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
And it's just that nice little polish.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability.
I know you did a
Now, the third-person perspective
but-
has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Yeah.
Hi there. But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Wait,
Stop.
did you say remake?
You violated the law. Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
That's one of my
right
favorite
there, criminal
lines.
scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
Oh my goodness.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Is that the ebony dagger?
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind.
This game.
It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini games are the mini games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking. You can put a fresh coat of paint on it. You can't change it too much because it's part of the
I like
core
that lock
experience.
picking system better than the one in Skyrim.
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel it.
I hated that character.
It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something. And that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
I certainly hope
From
so.
all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
Well, I guess I bet they're
The
going to
best part of
release
my
it now.
job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion Remaster will be available today.
What? Okay, my adoring fans, I love y'all so much. If y'all have my Steam code, please gift me it. I will stream it. I will cancel all streams and stream that one. Like
For
literally,
all these
I
years,
am broke with Dragon
I've
Link. If
never
y'all want to
been
see if
the
it's
ruler
good,
of my own dreams.
gift it to me, and I will totally stream it.
This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh,
$50.
433.
I'm looking
50
at it right now.
bucks
I'm
for
trying
the
to
These are
base
the
see.
closing
version
days of the Third
and
Era.
$60
I'm trying to see if
for
I can
the
get it.
And the
deluxe.
final hours
I'm looking at it right now.
of my life.
Yeah.
I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come.
All right, I just bought it.
Looks clear.
It's $60 for the deluxe.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming
Might as well
darkness?
start installing it.
Here you must find your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
Find him. And close shut the jaws of oblivion.
My dog being spoiled. For a special gameplay stream. Well, I've got it installing right now, so I'll be streaming it later this afternoon. Probably in a few hours. I gotta work up my intro and all that stuff for it.
I cannot get the game today. I'm broke as shit.
Well, it was priced right for me. I was able to get it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd love to get the game. You know, that is.
Well, I mean, it's going to be there on payday. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to wait. I try to see if I had the funds for. I literally looked at my bank account right now on my phone, and I was like, nope, I don't got it. Dang it. So.
That's all right. Like I said, it'll be there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just adding it to my wish list.
I thought maybe they would have some announcement on Elder Scrolls 6, or maybe that the Fallout 3 remaster has been started. That's the one I'm going to enjoy Oblivion, but that's what the one I'm really waiting for is Fallout 3 remaster.
Yep. So I just done the poll, and 40% just before they announced it, but 40% of the voters said today, which I'm actually surprised they actually brought up today. So I do want to point out they said they're working with Virtuous, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I brought their website. Now I was looking hard at the character creator to see if they had type A, type B. It was moving too fast for me to see. But this is the people that were helping them out. So we're going to see if they have SBI in it. So they worked on BioShock, League of Legends, Dune Awakening. Didn't you say you played Dune Awakening?
I was in the beta, yeah. The character creator in Dune Awakening was lacking some detail, but it wasn't bad. They still didn't have differentiated between male and female. You just picked. There wasn't even a thing that said body type. There was just a whole bunch of presets that you pick from, You pick a preset and then you messed with the sliders and all that stuff from there. There wasn't a male or a female. It was just you picked a preset, which that was disappointing. They sent me a thing in my email asking me about it, and I told them, look, you game developers need to stop and understand that, male and female is a thing.
Yep.
You're not going to erase the female from existence. So that was pretty disappointing with dude, but I found it kind of boring.
Yeah, they did work on Dark Souls Remastered, but I did play Fallen Order. It was decent. I just didn't like them trying to put the fandom in it. The whole turn off the lightsaber, turn it back on again that they cast do. It's like that's out of character for him, in my view. Looks like they worked on a Horizon Zero Dawn, Demon's Souls.
Yeah, they aren't the creators. They worked on them, but that just means they had to do what their bosses tell them to do because they're contracted.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't hold things against Virtuos if something like that is there. They can only do what they're told to do.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if maybe careers could have it. Let's see, why join us? I'm just trying to see if we can answer the question: is it SBI? But they don't seem to have the whole, like, just by quick look. Let's see, teamwork, development, balance. Hopefully, work like balance, continue to work overseas, claim advantages, teamwork, knowledge, collaboration, fun. Okay, see, they don't have the DIE thing in there. Like, I don't necessarily think that, like, if it says DIE, because sometimes they have to do that for some reason, right? They have to have that statement. But the fact that they don't seem to have it on their mission statement or whatever, or like, let me see about us, who we are, leadership team. Skip the timeline, go presence. Yeah, okay, so maybe news.
Yeah,
news.
Dixie, this is Dolly. She's
Kind
of a rescue dog. She was picked up from a shelter at about 6 months old, and we've had her now for 4 years. She is spoiled rotten, as you can see. He demands your attention.
Well, either they're hiding it or they don't really pay attention to the whole DIE thing. So if Virtuous was let to do whatever they're like, if they're told make the game good and update it and stuff, we could see a faithful adaptation. I also hope, like, I haven't played a Bethesda title since Starfield. So maybe they learned their lesson on that with Starfield, because SBI was involved with Starfield. But hopefully that was like a one and done thing. Still, I want to get the game. I'm just pissed that Bo got before me. But yeah, fans, if you want to get the game for me, I would be totally grateful, and I would totally like make sure everyone knows that you got the game for me, and I'll call it Fan Night Event Lavistro Plays, just like I did with Fallen Order when someone gets to me a game. You don't have to. I'm just saying. I'm just being Lavistro right now. But other than that, we'll probably play on May 1st at this rate, unless I get paid before then.
Well, I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I got to work on my, the intro before the game starts, like we all.
Yeah. So, Bo,
but I can't do that until it's done downloading, though.
What do you hope will be the from the video? what are you excited for? What was like that? I'm
think
getting the game now.
There's two things. One is the visuals. Two, the combat changes they talked about, because I always thought the combat in Oblivion kind of sucked. It was janky like any Bethesda game. So hopefully the combat's a little better. And they said they revamped the skill system. One thing I did not like about Oblivion is that jumping was a skill. To jump higher and further, you had to level it up. And by doing that, you had to grind out jumping. You had to just jump around, jump to get that up high enough to where you could jump up on things.
Yeah,
That was annoying.
I actually, when I was jumping in Oblivion, I was having the Ocarina of Time flashbacks. When to get through the Hylian fields, you had to roll. That was the fastest way. Like, it wasn't walking; it was rolling that got you through the fields faster. So it was annoying.
I hope some of that's changed. And like I said, I hope they put a little bit more detail in the character creator, since they're updating all these visuals and not taken away from the character creator. I hope that they added that they keep the ability, or added the ability, to be able to make a female character look like a female. Period.
Yes.
Whether you have slightly bigger boobs or butt, it don't matter, as long as you can make the female look like a female and not like a dude in drag.
Yes. Or trans guards. We don't need that. They did not have the technology or the scientific knowledge back then. Plus, they had magic. So if anything they would cast, I'm using a D&D spell here, but major or minor illusion or polymorph. There's your trans for fantasy.
I mean, I could care less if a man wants to play a woman and they want a male character to dress like a woman. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they want to make their body type like a femboy or not. I don't care. As long as the devs gave the ability to not just do that, but encompass all types of bodies.
When you try to make a character creator, you want to be able to imagine
Basically
all
make what you want. Yeah.
Yes.
Whether you're playing a male or female character. Because if I'm going to play a dude, I don't want him to be like me. I'm old and out of shape. I want a buff hero, somebody with muscles to go around swinging swords and stuff.
Yeah. Here I'm a hero right here.
And if I'm going to play a female character, I want them to look good.
Yeah. See, like for me, I agree with you. Like I told the artist that when I did my V models, like, make me athletic looking. Real life, I have a dad bod. I'm disabled. I can't look ripped like I used to. But when I'm a dragon, do you think I want to have a dad bod gut? No. It doesn't appeal to people. They want to see ripped muscles. They want to see big boobas. They want to see a tiny waist if I was a chick.
Yeah, if I'm playing a female character, I'm not trying to be in a female character in a role-playing game. Now, this is where I differ with people as far as voice protagonist or not. I could do without. It doesn't matter to me if the male is voiced or not. But to me, the female character, if I'm going to play female, I want a voice protagonist, because I'm not putting myself in a female's shoes. I'm not trying to play a female. I'm just, I'm not trying to role play a female. I'm just playing a female character. Does it make sense? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no.
So that character, I want her to have a voice, not mine.
Yeah, no, kind of like Shepherd and Femshep. She has her own voice. Yeah,
BioWare did that well, but the character creator, I bought it. We'll find out if the character creator's a deal breaker. I may, as long as I don't go past 2 hours, refund that shit. Just depends on what they did with character creator.
Yeah, definitely send your, because I know you haven't created a stream for it yet. Definitely send your channel, so that way people who are watching that haven't subscribed can subscribe. I'll definitely be watching it too as I'm editing videos for the next week. But yeah, I think it was I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous I was not gonna lie. I was nervous that it was gonna be a piece of shit like Starfield. Now, granted, there's some charm to Starfield, like the spaceships. We talked about that before. I love the spaceships, but the worlds were empty, so I was half expecting crap. This, however, this is like
I think they
type
presented it. Until you actually get in it, I think they presented it very well. They did.
Yes, they did.
But we won't know until you get in it.
Yes, and this is why you go
really
to your
feel
favorite
about it.
streamers. This is why you go to your favorite streamers and watch their streams. That's why I say if you want me to stream it, you're gonna have to get it to me or wait till May 1st. But if you want to know right now,
Also during
we'll
that stream, one thing I noticed, they did not say yes or no. They did not mention it at all, for or against, or if they're going to do it or if they're not going to do it. Mod support.
Yes,
they didn't say anything about it.
That's a huge staple for their Fallout and Elder Scroll games.
It helps their games last.
Mm-hmm.
And keeps people playing.
I think Todd
keeps
Howard
people
knows
going
that.
Keeps people going to their store and buying paid mods. I bought a few.
There are
worth
people
buying.
like MXR until he left YouTube. There are people out there whose bread and butter was solely covering mods or creating mods and showcasing mods. There are mods for just about anything. I don't know.
But they didn't say one way or the other. That's why I think they might take Starfield for instance. The creation kit didn't come out for Starfield till months later, and they did the same thing for the other games. So they're going to give time for people to play the game without mods. And do the story without changing anything from mods and stuff like that before they add the modding tools, because the modding tools may be a little bit I don't know if they're combining systems like that. There's going to be a whole kit that they're going to have to do, not just the original kit, but they're going to have to release a combination kit of Unreal and Bethesda's engine to be able to
I
support
didn't catch
mods.
if they said they used Unreal or not. That's what I was looking for. Now, some of
they used Unreal. They used that's why all the lighting was different. They weren't going to get that.
The lighting looks like
Bethesda's engine.
volumetric lighting, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it
they
looks a
said
little
they
different.
did it in Unreal Engine.
Yeah, that's why I'm mixed. I think they did, but at the same time, not sure.
Oh yeah, they did.
The VMLA looks the volumetric lighting basically looks a little.
In that old engine, you're not going to get the sun traveling across the sky.
Oh no!
And effects of lighting.
No.
So yeah, they did all that.
It looks like they added. I don't know because it's been a while since I played the game, but it looks like they added seasons because I saw snow and I don't recall seeing snow before. I could be wrong.
I think there were in regions. Like up there when you go ahead, I remember a quest that took you up to one of the Nord villages. There was snow around there.
Yeah, you're right. So
but I don't know. I hope they added seasons too. There's a mod for Fallout that I think is pretty cool.
There's a mod for Skyrim
that adds seasons. But the problem with the mod in Fallout, and I had to turn it off, the snow effect, because it would snow inside the building.
Oh yeah, they had the clipping. Like with Skyrim, at least you had no snow under roofs mod, and that helped with the snow clipping. But Fallout, I still haven't found one for that. But yes, go ahead.
I'm 30%, 31% now complete.
Yes. So everyone, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to Vet Gamer for Cephas. He will be streaming the game. Me, I will stream the game when it comes out. It's already out. On May 1st, unless I get paid early or someone was generous as a generous vote fetcher. Yes, I know I'm saying it a lot. I don't like saying it, but that's just what it is. I will definitely stream it though, and I'll have to split it with my Witcher
stream
games.
it, or I may put up a pre-recorded, because I'm starting to get into this habit of a new game of doing pre-recorded for the first couple of hours before doing it live.
Well, since this is a high-profile game, you might.
But I'm thinking about doing this one live. Yeah,
because everyone's going to want to watch you. You'll probably get a few more subs too from it, but everyone's going to want to watch you for the first 2 hours at least to see if it's woke or not, because people are wanting to vote for their wallets.
Yeah.
Which obviously we're the QA.
I won't make my stream specifically about that, but I will point out shit I won't like.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Now, one thing I did for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is after I played it for a while, I made a video of what you can see in the first few hours. So that way you can make your decision, because obviously Steam has a 2-hour limit window for refunds. So I tell people, like, this is what you can see in the first 2 hours. This is what you're going to expect. And that's it. Now, I'm going to try to do that with all future games that are brand new releases for that year. Stream it and then give a condensed video of what you could expect from my experiences. But as far as people are asking, like I see on Twitter, people are asking, is it woke? Is it woke? Is it woke? From what we're seeing, they haven't shown it.
They haven't shown anything, but like I said, you ain't going to know certain details until you get into it.
But here's what I'm going to tell you. Number one, there's always going to be mods available. So if you really want the game, you got to understand that Bethesda so far will have mod support. And the removal of Type A, Type B in Starfield came out before the engine did, the mod engine. So there's that. And Dragoncast and Lavistro Plays and Dragon Slayer will have access to, we'll try to find that mod, and if they expand it, we will find alternative links or have the mod in the Discord if need be. So that way it's preserved. If you don't know, watch a content creator. If you had the game and you play it, don't pull an Endymion. I'm sorry, Endymion was awesome back in the day, but then he broke his brain on KCD2. Don't pull a JDA. That's all I have to say. Be honest and transparent. But no, I'm going to try to play the game, even if it is woke, just because I love the game. And it'll be a game I'll probably mod to fix anything I think was not necessary or added to the game to ideal. Because they did constantly say, here's my concern. They constantly said the next generation. They were always saying that. Now, they could be meaning like next generation gamers, or it could be a call sign for wokeness.
There's already people playing. I'm sitting here looking at the achievements, and the first one listed is Escape from the Imperial Sewers. There's already 7.2% of players have this achievement.
Nice.
Already. And then the next one is Closed and Oblivion Gate. 3.3% of players have this achievement. I wonder if that's beta testers or something that have done that, because I think the amount of people trying to download this is what's actually slowing my download down on it. Because I started, like, how long ago it was I announced it. I just hit the download button. So, and I'm at 40%. And I have fiber optic. And that's how long it's taken me to get to 40%, even with fiber optic.
Yep.
And then located the Shrine of the Dragon. 1.1% of people have already done this. 1% Pit Dog Arena, whatever that one is. Join the arena in Imperial City.
Oh, that's the arena.
That's got to be people that were playtesting a game or something.
Possibly.
It's got to be.
But arena was a throwback when the game first came out to the OG Elder Scrolls Arena. That's why that was there. So
I'm sitting at 40%, but I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I'm going to maybe take me a couple laps around the block, get some exercise, stretch my legs, because I know what's going to happen in a little while when this is done. I'm going to be streaming for as long as I can. It's Tuesday, so I got nothing going on.
Yep.
I need to be sure. If I'm not going to like it, I need to be sure to cut it off within the first 2 hours.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm trying to see if I can get the game. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, that's why I'm a little distracted because I really want to play the game, but I'm not sure yet. Let's see how nice my budget is.
Anyway, I'm going to get off here. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed their presentation. I think they presented it very well. That's all I can say about the presentation. What they showed us looked good. I'm going to find out soon if the things I like are in there. And like any video game, there's going to be things you don't like about it. A few things you don't like about it is overall you got to outweigh what's good versus bad, and we're going to find that out. At least for me, I can't tell you what you're going to like, what you're going to do with it, or anything like that. And I won't ever tell people, yeah, you must go buy this game, or no, don't buy it. I'm just going to play it. And if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And you'll know my opinion on it. But, overall, and bottom line is it's your opinion of the game is what matters.
Yes. That's all that matters. You vote for a wallet. If you like what you see, get it. If you wish, if you can afford it. If you don't like what you see, don't get it. And if you are unsure, watch a streamer, or what we did back in the day when we were kids. We asked our friends, hey, Bo, I heard you got this game. Is it good? Did you like it? Yes. I like it.
The first thing I'd say was, yeah, I like it. I like this and that and this and that. There's a couple things I don't like about it, but overall, I like it.
Yeah.
And most people that watch these streamers, they pick streamers that they align with their likes and dislikes for games, so they know pretty much ahead of time if you're going to like it or not based off the streamers. But ultimately it's your own opinion that matters. And I'll always tell you, I'm kind of like Hypnotic. If I'd tell you I'd wait for it to go on sale, you may have fun with it, but I'd wait for it to go on sale or something like that.
Yeah. So we're gonna end the stream. Thanks everyone for watching, and keep an eye out for your favorite streamer. Bo is going to be streaming it soon, he says.
A couple hours, yeah. It's still downloading.
And I'm still trying to see if I can get the game. Don't know if I can. I might have to wait till May. But, happy gaming, everyone. And see y'all tonight for Lavistro Plays. And keep an eye for my channel for... I have 3 videos coming up today. So there's 3 gaming videos, news videos.
All right, take it easy.
Bye. You're still here. What? You thought there'd be a post-credit scene or something? This isn't a Disney movie. Show's over. Go get some sleep. Play a video game. Watch another YouTube video. I gotta take care of the Dragon Wing and possibly get some sleep myself. Goodbye all, and thanks for watching. And happy gaming.